All right. Well, today is a day. Today is the day that I realized that I am going to be here for an entire year. I had no intentions on being here for a year, but it has been more than 6 months, and I'm not any, I'm not anywhere near finishing with this house. I've come I've come some ways. I've gotten some things done. It's definitely better than what it was when I first got here, but um, it's getting cold, and I'm not happy about that. I think I'm already starting to come down with some kind of cold or something. When I first got here, I had no cold weather clothes, so so I purchased a few items, thinking just something to get me by. I then traveled back to my storage to drop off those cold weather clothes when it started getting hot, and figured I'd switch out some clothes. And now I'm having to go back to my storage to now get cold weather clothes and put back all of my warm weather clothes. That sucks. The biggest thing that I'm not happy about is the cold weather. That's the biggest thing. I got here in March and it was really cold, but it didn't stay cold for long. Now it's starting to get cold, but we're not even in fall yet. No, we are in fall, but we're not even into winter yet. Still got to get through winter. And at this point, I'm just like, I might as well plan to be here through April all the way into May at this point. So yeah. Um, yeah, so I'm just gonna have to figure that out. So anyway, I'm drinking. This is another white tea from VIET. Really looking forward to some hot tea right now because it is cold in here. Louise VAI. One thing I'll say about VIET tea is their teas don't stay around long at all. I went to the website right before starting the video to see if I can find any information on this tea, and there was none there. And this is a 2023, and they do have a spring 2023 white tea on the site, but it's not this one. So sugar sweet, a little roasty, a darker flavor, and a really pretty cake. Now this was a sample, but this sample looks to be about half of what the cake size is, because they sell these small cakes. I don't remember if it's 50 grams or what, but this appears to be like half of a cake. So really pretty leaves. I'm expecting the leaves to really darken once they get wet. Something of a sugar sweetness. You can't see any green at all in these, and I don't think that's going to change once they get wet. But it is an interesting tea for sure. All right, I don't have my receptacle. Um, so, well, I guess I can just go get it. All right. Also have some samples coming from Former Leaf. For a while now, I've wanted to do sort of an A/B tasting on the Gulan cakes. So I have the 2023 and 2024 on the way. 2022 is in my storage, and so I will think about bringing that one back with me and do an ABC tasting. So we'll see. I reached out to Mauna Kea in Hawaii about their green tea, and unfortunately, the sample that I had, they no longer have it available. So I don't know if I'm going to buy any green tea from Hawaii. It's very light aroma. Fruit sweetness. Very light aroma. Not getting much out of it at all. And to be honest with you, I didn't get a lot out of the cold brew either. I mean, it's a nice flavor, but just not a lot there. Oh wow, well, it's really opened up. Definitely a grape, like a grape soda, purple grape soda flavor, aroma rather. Still dark. And what's kind of cool about it is that it does smell like grape soda, but it's definitely like a sugar sweetness, and I can tell that the the leaves are gonna get, I think, old pretty quick as far as just that old leaf aroma. I'm gonna let this one sit a spell, thinking a good minute to start off with, and kind of go from there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to sitting here and drinking some tea, doing some computer work. That's been the one constant, is is working. I don't work as much as I used to, but still working, and it is pretty consistent. So it's a blessing, but at the same time, I do kind of wish I didn't have anything else to worry about other than getting this house together, just to make it that much easier to get done. Um, all right, so now I got this cake broken up, and some of the leaves are actually still kind of dry. And it's still very much that grape soda aroma, but there's also an old leaf aroma too. Just an old dried leaves. And so being that this is a spring 2023, I don't know what they did to get these leaves to be so old. Maybe they withered for a really long time or something. Maybe they did like a wet pile or something, but it tastes like an autumn picking. It really does. Like, I don't get spring out of this at all. Like, not even a little bit. But that's what it says. Spring 2023. Yeah, these are old leaves. When did I purchase this? I purchased this, well, it was definitely, well, wait a minute. Did I purchase it when I got to New Orleans? Or did I purchase it before? I can't remember. I really can't remember. But I'm gonna guess I purchased it when I got here to New Orleans. So it's not like the leaves had that much time to transform. Spring material is not supposed to taste like this. It's like old, dusty, decent. I'm definitely going to crank up the temp and let it really sit for much longer. The website did mention grandpa style, which is not uncommon for a white tea. But yeah, I definitely want something a bit stronger right now. And that's the reason why I went ahead and spent a little money on the samples from Farmer Leaf, because I do really miss a strong pu'er. What I really want right now, is a Guayacudor. Guayacudor would be just perfect right now. So still deciding on what tea I'm gonna bring back with me. Definitely gonna do some autumn pickings. Definitely gonna do some chai. Definitely gonna do the Kenyan purple tea. And I think maybe I will do I'll do I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I know. I have some second flush Darjeeling. And so I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun to try to make my own chai. I think that could be fun. But that's it though. And I'm just gonna try to get rid of this all of these white teas. I was watching a video from TDB the other day, and he talked about the fun of sampling versus the fun of drinking tea. And sampling can become a chore for sure, but it's also the way you learn, which can be fun. At this point, though, I'm just not learning much. You know, the purpose of ordering the Viet Sun samples was to get an idea of what Vietnamese tea had to offer. Same thing with Rakkasan, getting an understanding of some of the other countries, and you know what, if any, differences there were with flavor or processing or whatever. And I didn't learn anything. I still have some samples from Rakkasan back there. I think the most interesting one that I'm really looking forward to trying is, I believe, a Rwandan black tea. Um, but again, you know, based on everything I've gone through so far, like I don't expect anything really great out of it. I think out of all of the Rakkasan teas I've sampled, I think there was only one that I kept. The rest I just gave away, and have yet to give away. So I don't know. All right, so this one is definitely darker. The leaves are all wet now. And they are actually starting to green just a bit. Just a bit. They're starting to green. And still have that grape purple soda aroma. And even now, as the heat dissipates, you even get like a little bit of like fizziness, like smell of carbon dioxide, which is interesting. But it's very reminiscent of grape purple soda or grape drink. Yeah, really pretty. I'm also looking at right now. Looking at the computer screen at a tea table. It's a bamboo, $24 from Yunnan Craft. So I think I'm gonna press the button. Go ahead and buy it. Um, yeah, it's a bit darker, a bit stronger, but not strong at all. Um, but definitely not a spring tea at all. It's definitely more of an autumn tea, very light, um, but not as dark and as strong as an autumn tea. You know what? Okay, not necessarily an autumn tea, but a yellow flake tea, like a farmer's tea. That's what's going on here. Just weak leaves, you know, um, not vibrant, fresh spring leaves. Um, just weak, um, easy to drink though. I mean, absolutely no bitterness whatsoever. Um, it's a decent flavor. I do kind of like the kind of old bookshelf thing vibe that's going on. Not necessarily something that I will like. If I saw those tasting notes, it's not something that I'll buy, right? But the experience of having it, it's decent, you know. But yeah, I'm not gonna keep this though. Not gonna keep this. This is gonna go in the giveaway pile for sure. It's just not my thing. You know, if I'm gonna drink an autumn flush tea, like I want it to be like coffee. You know what I mean? It needs to be dark, rich, and strong. Um, and if I'm gonna have like an old bookshelfy type vibe, I need to have some smokiness, like a dry aged pu'er. And this tea is kind of in both camps, but not one or the other. You know what I mean? It's not like a strong autumn flush coffee type tea, but it's sort of a little bit of that. It's also a little bit of that old, aged, puer bookshelf, ash vibe thing going on, but not all the way there. I'll just call this a farmer's tea, definitely yellow flakes, um, and it's actually a subcategory of tea that I don't have a lot of experience with. Usually, if I'm drinking a tea like that, it was by mistake. You know what I mean? It's just like I don't go out and purposely um, buy those teas just because usually they're not awesome. They're cheap. You know what I mean? They're cheap, but it's just not the best of the best. But either way, I'm going to definitely try to brew this as strong as I possibly can, and get some work done, and maybe possibly maybe I work on the house today too, because I got to get the heck out of here. Anyway, from me to you.